You know, the best laid plans of mice and men gang after glay and leave us naught but grief or pain for promised joy. That's some sort of a Scottish poem that my mama made her English class memorize and realize because it is so true. Our best laid plans can go astray. And we sometimes fret over those. And I fretted yesterday. I had a lot to do, and I was going to the dermatologist. And instead of going the way I would normally go, which is cross Kimbrough to Wolf River, I went to Winchester Post Office, Winchester and Hacks Cross Post Office first, so that I could mail some CDs. And then I got on the GPS, and it made me turn left on the street before Wolf River, and I got all turned around in those office complexes, and they make you take U-turns and do wrong things. And I mean, but I found it with the GPS and went in and on time. And the lady asked me if I had my Humana card. I am so used to going to doctors that I already know, I already go to, and they've already got it on file, and I don't have to show it. And I thought they could get on the computer and find out that I said, how much is the office visit if I don't have my insurance card? She said $80 to $100. I said, well, I'll have to make another appointment. Then I thought, okay, I'll go to get my pain pill. I'm out of those, and for arthritis. And you have to have a script that you hold in your hand to take to the pharmacist. They can't call it in. So I went to that office, and the doctor wasn't in, and the head nurse who could do that also was not available at the moment. And I said, when will she be available? And the lady said, well, I've got to call into her now, and when she calls me back, I'll call you. I thought, okay. So I went and got a bite to eat. And while I was eating, sitting in the parking lot, the phone rang, and the lady was there with the prescription. So I went back to the doctor's office and got the prescription. Then I went all the way to Walgreens on Houston Levee, which is beyond where I live, and a good little ways from the doctor's office, and left the prescription. And I said, when will this be ready? And she said, about 30 minutes. So I thought, this is good. I'll go to Kroger's and do my thing. And while I was in Kroger's, I thought, this is working out really well. And I was not fretting anymore, and I was only disturbed at myself for forgetting the Humana card. Well, when those things happen, I just noticed that dark spot on my arm. When you're old and you just accidentally hit something, like if the refrigerator door falls back on your hand, that's what happens. Anyway, those things happen, and I could have put makeup on it, but I didn't know it was there. You all don't know what I go through to get ready for this. I mean, I go to the closet where the spring clothes are, pull out the spring jewelry. I found myself putting on perfume to make a video. I said to myself this morning, this is not smell-o-vision. It's not even television. Oh, me. Oh, well. Anyway, it worked out okay. I got my groceries, went and picked up my prescription. When I got about halfway home, I looked at my gas gauge, and it said I had a quarter of a tank. And I thought, I should have gotten my gas while I was at Kroger's, but tomorrow is another day. So today will be the day I do that. But one Sunday, not too long ago, in Sunday school, we were talking about the woman with the alabaster box who poured the expensive perfume on Jesus' feet. And, people in commentaries and all say that it was the kind of perfume that they used to embalm a body, and that it was priceless, very expensive. And so we had a wonderful lesson on that. And at the end of the lesson, I asked Brother Don, I said, where do you reckon that person got the perfume in the alabaster box? And he said, I've looked that up, and I've never gotten an answer in any commentary or any comment about it. Well, I thought about it myself a time or two, and that everything we have comes from God. Everything. So I don't know how she got it, but regardless of how she got it, God was the provider. And when we get to thinking about how we can give back to God, and it is back to God, because everything we have comes from God in the first place. Yeah. When we think about how we can give back to God, we need to realize, and I am chief among sinners about this, that all my stuff, and I've got a ton of stuff, a lot of wonderful things people have given me. This, my daughter-in-law gave me, Elena, and it's just, I've just got tons and tons of stuff that my kids are probably going to hate me when I die to try to figure out what to do with it all. But I'm not a hoarder. Those things mostly have come as gifts to me from fellow Christians, and that's a joy to me. But the thing is, it is all hay and stubble. It's all going to be burned away. It is not going through eternity with us. Everything will be new. We will be new. And as we think about what we have and how we want to hold on to it and not share it or not give it to the church or not give it to the poor or whatever, we need to realize and remember that every last thing we have comes from God. I told you once in a video about me asking Verla Pettit, who was head of the Memphis Union Mission. I said, Miss Verla, when I see somebody on the street that is begging, and if I were to give them $20, how do I know that they are going to use that for food and taking a shower and stuff like that, or if they are going to go buy more drugs with it? And she said, that is not your call. If God tells you to give it, you give it. God will restore it will give it to the right person. And I looked at her strangely, I'm sure. And she said, if God doesn't mean that man to have it, he'll lose it, and the person that's supposed to get it will find it. You need to understand that God is all powerful, and God is in the details, in the little details. And everything we have comes from God. Isn't that a blessing? God bless you today.